KCCI investigates the now former owner of the Marshalltown Mall. The mall was without power for over a year, and now we're uncovering a pattern among some of the owner's other retail properties.
It led to devastating impacts on some local businesses here and across the country. In at least one case, a city had to step in, paying thousands of taxpayer dollars to repair the property.
KCCI's Bo Bowman shows us how the saga ended here and how some other properties belonging to the same owner also have a history of maintenance concerns.
The Marshalltown Mall had its power turned off in November 2023. That's when Fire Marshal Josh Warnell says the Marshalltown Development Group stopped paying the electric bill. New York-based Cohan Retail Investment Group owns the development group.
When was the power turned back on?
It never got turned back on.
After the mall failed 2 fire department inspections, the fire department issued a municipal infraction in January 2024 for the mall's code violations. Meanwhile, mall tenants without electricity were forced to close up shop or find a new storefront.
Everyone's always asking, what's going to happen to the mall?
Businesses with exterior entrances like Shoe Sensation are responsible for their own electricity. That's why Tanea Babcock says her store was able to stay open. But she says the mall's interior issues have caused their numbers to dwindle.
Our traffic, it's kind of relied on the mall because a lot of people were shopping back and forth throughout the mall, Hobby Lobby and us, and now they just have only 2 stores to shop through.
When the numerous code violations weren't fixed and the fines weren't paid, the city of Marshalltown filed a lawsuit in March 2024. But while that lawsuit played out in court, the mall still had no power. Fire Marshal Warnell says he worried other structural issues could get worse while the power stayed off.
If we start getting into those freezing temps, well, now there's a chance of freezing and breaking of the pipes.
On January 21st, 2025, the Iowa DOT announced their DMV location inside the Marshalltown Mall would need to be closed due to a water main break.
It was basically to the point where we couldn't work, we couldn't help the community out.
Supervisor Kenny Hay says his DOT staff was working out of this small room in the Marshalltown Community College due to the water main break.
They're getting together, they're trying to figure out a permanent location if we can't get back in the mall.
But by this point, the city had dropped its case against the Marshalltown Development Company and then sold the mall shortly thereafter. County assessor documents show Cohan Retail Investment Group bought the building in 2020 for $2.4 million and sold it on January 23, 2025 for a total of $8.4 million.
It's not a moral thing that I like. I think it was very wrong in a sense of that, but at the end of the day, it's business, and they owned a property, and they were choosing to do with it away.
Marshalltown isn't the first place the Cohan Development Group has flipped a profit in Iowa. The Vanity Fair outlet mall in Story City was once a hub.
Obviously, a small community, to have a mall right along the interstate is over 100,000 square feet of space. We ran into people all the time. Hey, I've been to that mall in Story City.
Story City Economic Development Corporation President Tyler Fredrickson says after VF Mall Realty Management Group bought it in 2012, another entity owned by Cohan Development Group, there began to be issues with maintenance and upkeep.
I remember walking in there, and you'd be walking through and you'd see just big trash cans just filling up with rainwater because he wouldn't fix the roof.
One vendor complained the mall refused to pay for its snow removal services in 2013. The mall was also delinquent, paying several of its utility bills in 2017 and 2018. After the last tenant left the mall in 2018, Fredrickson says the development group sold it for about a $200,000 profit.
When they bought it, they capitalized on all the rents, just let them go until they left, and then ended up selling it. And so, to each their own. It's not how I would do business.
He says the community was lucky to find a developer to repair the building. It's been repurposed to house Dose Steelworks, a trailer manufacturing company.
Thankfully, it all worked out in the end, but it was a great amenity in town, and it was something that we did miss.
According to Cohan Retail Investment Group's website, the company owns dozens of malls across the country. Last year, another mall owned by Cohan Retail also experienced maintenance issues. In Jackson, Mississippi, court documents show sanitation and drainage issues at Briarwood Shopping Center. A judge told Kohan Retail Investment Group it must demolish the building or risk jail time. They ultimately demolished the building. Last year in western Pennsylvania, the Washington Crown Center shut down for several days due to a water main break. The Board of Supervisors heard complaints from tenants about how the landlord couldn't be reached to address repairs. The Board of Supervisors ended up voting to pay to make the repairs themselves because they couldn't get a commitment from the landlord.
This is absolutely disgraceful. I mean, that the township had to come in and do this. It cost us like $15,000.
Since the power in the Marshalltown Mall was turned off in November 2023, KCCI has aired dozens of stories, each time reaching out to Kohan Retail Investment Group for a comment. We were originally told by them that the power would be, quote, worked out in the next week or two. We haven't heard back since. Warnell says he's spoken several times with the mall's new owners and says the mall's future is looking up. That's where you'll notice the lights are back on.
In the grand scheme of things, this would be better for the city of Marshalltown than holding on to the $6,500 civil fee.
That was Bo Bowman reporting. The mall's new owners are moving forward after the mall was sold. The Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce tells KCCI they'll present a development plan at the city council meeting on May 12th.